Hello and welcome back. In my last video lecture, we have discussed about everything as a service, that is XaaS. In this video lecture, we will be discussing on storage as a service. So just a moment, I will start the presentation. So in this video lecture, we will understand what you mean by storage as a service. So let's begin. Storage as a service or SaaS is a business model in which a company leases or rents its storage infrastructure to another company or individuals to store data. So essentially here the storage is taken on a rental basis or on a lease basis. Small companies and individuals often find this to be a convenient methodology for managing backups, providing cost savings in personal, hardware, and physical space. Of course, the companies which can be categorized as the startup companies, or they do not want to invest much on the IT infrastructure, they find this particular option very much beneficial. A company providing SaaS or storage as a service may be called as storage service provider, that is SSP. Okay, the entities who actually provide the storage on rental basis are also called as the storage service providers. Storage as a service can also be referred to as a hosted storage. Let's see. It operates on cost per gigabyte stored and cost per data transfer basis. Now, this particular point is very important. How the costing is calculated in this particular service or in availing this particular service. There are two ways the costing can be calculated. One way is cost per gigabyte stored. It actually tells you about the storage. If you are utilizing for backup purpose, then there the cost will be calculated as cost per gigabyte storage. And if you are using that particular storage maybe for the transactions, from transactions point of view, or for fetching some data from the database server, storing back the data onto the database server, so such kind of data transfer related operations if you are doing through that storage as a service, then in that case the cost will be incurred on the basis of cost per data transfer basis. The client transfers the data meant for storage to the service provider on a set schedule over the storage as a service provider's wide area network or over the internet. So there will be a kind of schedule which will be communicated to the consumer by the provider, and on the basis of that particular schedule, the storage utilization would happen. The storage provider provides the client with the software required to access their stored data. Clients use the software to perform standard tasks associated with storage, including data transfers and data backups. Corrupted or lost company data can easily be restored. So here it is said that the storage provider will provide the client with a kind of a software or with a kind of a UI through which that particular client can avail the storage as a service. Like if we take an example of Amazon services, we get the Amazon Management Console, AWS Management Console, with which we can actually access the various services offered by AWS, such as storage or EC2 instances or any kind of database services. Now, let us see some examples related to storage as a service. Data storage in cloud computing. How to store files in a virtual cloud. Now, you must have addressed these particular questions when you were actually thinking about cloud as a storage. Does anyone have a lot of files on their computer but doesn't have the space to store them? Do you worry about losing the files? Do you want your files to be secure and easily accessible? Then the answer to these questions will be storage as a service. So now we will see some examples, or I can say that these are nothing but some storage providers on cloud. The first cloud storage provider, online file storage centers or cloud storage providers allow you to safely upload your files to the internet. Okay, so let's see some examples. These are some examples which we are going to see in this particular video lecture, such as Apple iCloud, Dropbox, Google Drive, Amazon Cloud Drive, and Microsoft SkyDrive. So what we will do, we will essentially discuss about some basic functionalities offered through these storage cloud provider. So the first one is Apple iCloud, which gives 5 GB of free storage. It allows you to sync all your iDevices to iCloud. Anything you have stored in the iCloud can be accessed from any device. The second player in this market, Dropbox, it gives you 2 GB of free storage. It allows you to get more free space by completing certain tasks, available in the App Store and as well as in the Android market. The example of this can be a file uploaded to Dropbox from a MacBook can be accessed from a Samsung phone also. The third player in storage market, Google Drive. This we are actually using it very frequently. Gives you 15 GB of free storage, requires a Gmail account to be accessed. Individuals can buy more storage for themselves if they want as per their requirement. Allows you to type documents, make spreadsheets, presentations, and many more features, and then save them to your drive. Let's move ahead. Amazon Cloud Drive. It gives you 5 GB of free storage. Additional storage also can be availed by maybe paying $10 per year. The cost may vary as per the current data. Available for download on Kindle Fire. A Save to Cloud Drive app is available in the App Store for $1.99, and an Amazon Cloud Pictures is in the Android market for free. So these are some functionalities, or these are some features which are offered by Amazon Cloud Drive. Now let's move forward. Microsoft SkyDrive. Microsoft SkyDrive gives you 7 GB of free storage. Requires a Windows Live account. It can be saved to a Windows computer as a mapped drive. This is very, very important, or rather I can say useful feature of Microsoft SkyDrive. You can map the cloud drive onto your local machine as if you are actually mapping the various partitions or various drives onto your hard disk. Now, there will be one question in front of the end user after seeing all these mega players in the storage market. Which one should I pick? The answer can be the cloud provider you pick should fulfill your needs as the consumer. If you need a lot of space, choose a provider that allows you to get the space you need. If you don't need a lot of space, choose a provider that you can actually use for storing files and that don't take up a lot of space, right? So this can be a simple thought process in order to decide which storage provider you have to go for. I hope you found this information useful. Stay tuned and keep watching.